I have an announcement.
What?
It's my last year in my 20s.
Yeah, but that's amazing. Like, I will tell you, every decade gets better.
Do you remember where you were at 29? Were you thinking like, oh my God, I'm in the last moment of my 20s?
Absolutely not. For me, I had like my quarter life crisis at 25.
Right on time.
Right on time. At 25 is when I really started freaking out because I wasn't where I wanted to be. I wasn't where some of my peers were because I had dropped out of college. I didn't go straight through to college at that point. And so, like, I had a midlife crisis. But by the time I was 29 and then going on 30, actually, months and months, I want to say probably 6, 7, 8 months before I turned 30, when I was 29, I would just tell people I was 30. To me, it sounded so much cooler.
I get that. I feel like 29 is also it's an odd number, which never feels.
No, it feels icky.
Feels dirty coming out of the mouth.
Yeah.
When you were 29, we're 15 years apart. How old was I?
You were 14.
14 years old.
Yeah. And at 29, I was at a much different place than you are today. I was married. I had a child. And in a year, I would have had another child. Or in 2 years. Yeah.
Oh, a child bride.
A child bride. And I was a homeowner.
My gosh.
Yeah.
Now this is the Gen Z millennial divide. Having 2 pennies to scrape together at the ripe old age of 29 to be a homeowner.
Well, here's the thing. We talked about this in our private time, but like I was married to a man who was older, so he was not in his 20s. He had 2 pennies to rub together.
Wow, and this was another thing I thought about turning 29. Being a gay man, am I no longer eligible to be a sugar baby?
Oh, no, I think you're always eligible to be a sugar baby wherever you are in your life.
You think?
Me in my 40s, I'm eligible to be a sugar baby if I want to be with someone in their 60s or 70s.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but I feel like the men who are 60 and 70 in the gay community are truly looking for someone who just received their high school diploma.
That's really sickening. Sad. And what's going on in the gay community?
I think it's this lust for youth because they missed out on something.
Like boomers missed out on something.
Yeah, I just think that you want to know what I think that they missed out on, and it's not so much of the fear of the epidemic that like brought this about. I think it was their ability to live freely within society.
Definitely.
And post-Glee, I'm a post-Glee generation.
This is our signpost, Glee. Okay.
Truly, because it was so normalized to just be gay at this point. Like no one was harping on it.
When did Glee come out?
Glee came out when I was in middle school.
So it'd probably be when I was your age.
And I graduated in 2011 from 8th grade. So it probably came out in between 2008 and 2009. Fox started airing Glee directly after American Idol.
So, yeah, by the time I was your age, much earlier actually, being gay was normal. But it is crazy that if it came out in 2008, 2009, somewhere in there, like gay marriage wasn't even legal as a federal law. That's crazy.
And now it's going to be taken away.
Period.
You know? So, things are cyclical around here.
History repeats itself.
Truly.
Okay, let me ask you, what exactly gives you anxiety about being in your last year?
I don't think it gives me so much anxiety that I'm 29. It's just that, when I was sitting in high school at my desk, the world that I envisioned for myself outside of those hollowed halls, I thought that by the time that I was reaching 30, I would have clear skin. I'd be...
You do.
Well, my facialist from a few weeks ago would have disagreed, but she got me back on track. I would have had clear skin. I would have been like the idealized version of myself. I think that I have a great corporate creative career, but I don't have the creative career that I necessarily would like for myself.
Okay, but you're on track.
I'm trying to be on track.
Yeah, you're on track. I will say this, like, I have two stepchildren around your age. One is born the exact year you were born, 96, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I have one that is born in 98. And there's something about being in your 20s and having a lot of testosterone, where I think that it's really hard to see your life as it is and as it will be, because I think that like you just have a lot going on internally. But I will say that getting older, people of both genders really fear getting older, and every decade has been better and better, in my opinion. The only thing that has gotten worse is, for me personally, but this doesn't apply to everyone, is that I've gotten like more illnesses, like, you know, the things that were going to manifest have manifested. And so, but everything else is so much better. Like, your head is clearer.
Mm-hmm.
You have less hangups about stupid shit. Petty things like a pimple will not drive you off of a cliff.
Speak for yourself.
No, it won't. Because you're just like, okay, it'll be gone and whatever. You have more money. It literally just like when, you know, people always tell you like, you just don't care as much about people's opinions and about a lot of things. It's like something happens.
Yeah.
And I maybe it's just a buildup of experiences where you're like, okay, I've endured X, Y, and Z. This doesn't matter. So I salute you going into your 30s, but you still have a full year.
Well, one might say that you're wiser than me. And I'm speaking of podcasts with a generational angle, which is kind of what we're doing here.
Yes.
On generational drama.
Yes.
Welcome to episode 1, our pilot, if you will.
Yes.
And this show is born out of a friendship that started at work.
We met under the guise of a corporate relationship, right? You moved from one team at our company to my team at our company, and we had this retreat, and we met in person, and we clicked right away. We got drunk together, attempted to walk through a drive-through together, and we got really, really close despite, you know, our age difference, race difference, sexual preference, all of that. And we've been friends now for what? 4 years?
4 years, going on 5 years.
Going on 5 years. I will say this, going to generational stuff. Like, you are a person who has a lot of friends. I don't think that's generational. I think that's a personality thing too. I'm a person who, like, I am friends with very few people. Am I going to talk to more than twice a week if I don't have to? But like, I talk to you all the time. And there's no one else.
On the phone.
On the phone, which
I love a phone call.
Don't love a phone call. But like, there's definitely no one else from work who has gone from work friend to real friend to the point where like, I'm talking to you on the phone. I'm going to Disneyland with you. I'm going to Fright Fest with you. You know, we've gone to a local pizza place with my kids and my husband, like
post-mattress shopping.
Yeah. So like, there's no one else I'm doing this with. So I think that this show is just such a celebration and presentation of what our friendship is, differences and similarities coming together in every which way.
And it was the convergence of you being on the cusp of being a millennial and a Gen Xer.
Yes.
Born
in 81.
Mm-hmm. Me in 96 being on the cusp of being either the eldest millennial or youngest Gen Z.
Yes.
But I definitely resonate with that Gen Z lens.
Which makes sense. I think that like the whole cusp of it all is really important, because I think that when we became friends, one of the things that became very apparent was that although like we were able to bond over a lot of things, like there was a lot of overlap. There was a lot of, especially in the trauma bonding department, it's clear that we have a lot of differences. So, you know, there's one generation in which we both overlap, the millennial generation, but there are things that resonate with me more from the Gen X generation, just like Gen Z resonates for you in a lot of ways.
Well, it's interesting because you go to school, especially, I mean, throughout your life, you have grades underneath of you that you interact with. And then anyone underneath of me would have been firmly Gen Z. So by the time that I was a senior in high school, it's like anyone below me, that's where they were sitting comfortably. And then at one point when I was a freshman in high school, everyone above me was firmly a millennial. So you're kind of taking from both generations at any given time, which is kind of a unique experience we both went through.
Well, what's interesting to me is like, although I identify as a millennial, maybe it's the thing where, you know, you always are going to try to strive for the youthful aspect of yourself. But I don't have many millennial friends, and I've never had a millennial boyfriend.
Interesting. I don't know what this says about me, but a lot of my friends are younger than me. Also,
really?
Yes, and also I'm the oldest in my grade, being born in September.
I did not know you had a lot of friends younger than you.
Yeah, I mean, basically everyone's 1997.
Okay, so like a little bit younger.
A little bit younger. And then, you know, some of my closest friends were like 2 years younger than me.
That's so interesting. Yeah, like all my friends that I have still from high school were obviously the same age, but yeah, like you might be my only friend that's younger than me.
Wow. And then I also have a lot of friends that are older than me. I love a millennial mommy.
You love a millennial mommy.
I get along with a millennial mommy so well.
But you also had, when you were younger, you had best friends who were elderly.
My first best friend died on me.
But talk about this. Like, how old were they?
They were in their like 70s, approaching their 80s.
And how old were you?
5, 6, 7, you know, in those years from 1 to 10, I was hanging out with my neighbors, Nick and Dee, playing solitaire on their computers. I watched Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy with them. I would go to their beach RV home and they would buy me Bratz dolls. But like, some might say that they were pseudo grandparents, but like, we were friends. We were hanging out.
Like, that is so crazy to me because, like, first of all, I know so many young people when they're that young who are kind of creeped out by old people. No shade to old people, but that's like a thing, like being kind of afraid of old people. But also, like, that is maybe the biggest generational divide that you can have. Like, how did you relate to them? Like, kind of like you said, like kind of like a grandchild, but also as a friend. That's so crazy.
I just think that they were far more interesting than my parents or anything going on in my household.
Yeah.
That I latched onto them because, like, for example, they had really rich lives in terms of hobbies, like from gardening to cooking to doll making to Dee would press like butterflies and into like glass frames and collect them and just all of these things, and puzzle making, whatever it was, they were doing it, and I was just infatuated.
Maybe like some neighborhood child will want to be my friend when I'm in my garage tumbling my rocks.
The girl across the street who wants you to grade her homework.
Child.
Who comes knocking every 6 months and then forgets that you exist.
Can you please come take a look at my chemistry homework, please? And 2 weeks ago, she texted me out of the blue and she was like, can you be a reference for my sister's job that she applied for? I was like, I'm sorry. First of all, because I didn't save this girl's phone number. I was like, who is this? So I had to scroll back to the top. I was like, what is the job? Is it in podcasting? She's like, no, she's a pharmacy technician. And I was like, cool. Is this like a character witness? Because I've never worked with her. So like, what does it mean to be a reference?
Also, how did they latch on to you in the neighborhood?
I think that they see me as a responsible adult. They're not American born.
Okay.
They're from Iraq.
Okay.
And so I think that like a lot of things that they're navigating, their parents don't know how to do here in the US. So they're like, oh, there's some kids across the street around my age and their mom seems pretty with it. She has a degree or two. Let's go ask her to do it.
And did they just come up to you one day?
Yes.
Wow. See, that's bold. See, I was introduced to my elderly neighbors through my parents. So there was some bridging of that gap. I didn't just enter their household one day.
But I could see you doing that.
Well, then it became that.
Yeah, I could see you going up to someone being like, I like your pants. We're friends. I'll be at your house. Like you're very like that.
Yeah, that is how a lot of my friendships start. I have really strong intuition, so I know if we're going to be close. I'm like, okay, I'm going to invest in this person because I know that there are going to be rewards to be reaped.
See, that's very bold. Even if I want to be close with people, I don't take those steps. That's really great.
Yeah. Maybe it's a generational divide.
Maybe, but I think it's probably just a personality divide.
I think that's true. Personality divide, generational divide. I think one thing people can come to expect here is that we're going to share about our personal lives. We are people who are deeply interested in politics and pop culture. And every time we have these discussions, what comes into play is our generational lenses.
Well, let's just face it. You're a gay white man from the East Coast.
True.
Who was raised with an evangelical grandmother. I am a bisexual, Jewish black woman raised in Texas.
Who's only ever been trafficking in the nuclear family dynamic.
Yes. So there's going to be some differences, but it's going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Now, speaking of fun, you were telling me a story off camera, and I really need you to finish it on camera.
Oh my gosh. We'll just chalk everything I did before as practice. You know about practice?
I know about practice.
Good.
I want you to repeat what you just said.
Let's tune back into the story of, I was saying to Candace about this. How do we get on it? My mom at Disney World.
I don't know. Oh, space.
Oh, because we do podcasting for a living.
Yes.
That's how we know each other.
Yes.
And on one of my podcasts, we just had Caleb Heron on. Huge.
Congratulations.
But everyone in the comments is like, the audio sucks. And I'm like, yeah, I know why. You know why? Because everyone's mic is like out to here. Anyways, the mics were basically out into orbit. And Caleb, being the professional that he is, he fixed it eventually. I was saying that my beloved host and now friend, Peyton Dix of Let Me Say This, that's the show, go listen to the episode, her mic remained out into orbit. I said it was like George Clooney in Gravity, which Candace has never seen. And I'm
I
like,
thought that was Matt Damon. Real talk.
I've never been somebody who's been obsessed with space. That's not where I lie on the autism spectrum. You know, I've had a share of obsessions, Stitch being one of them, that developed.
As in Lilo and?
As in Experiment 626.
Wait, that's space though, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Lilo and Stitch came out when I was 23 years old.
Well, there's the live action one.
I know.
Tune in.
I've heard.
Tune in.
I've heard.
It was cute. Oh, Ohana? That's family.
But you were talking about how the mic being in orbit reminded you of your mother, Michelle, going on some Space Commander ride at Epcot.
Yes, which I can't remember the name of the ride. Mission to Mars. Okay. Oh my God, every Disney adult in the atmosphere.
It's like, it's called Mission to Mars.
They just got a hit of air. They oxygen just came back to their mask. Yeah, we were in line to Mission to Mars. And mind you, we're at Disney World. So it's like a bunch of like little children everywhere in the Epcot Center. And we're in line, and there's two paths one could take. Red pill, blue pill,
okay.
You know, kind of situation.
Red pill's definitely extreme.
Yeah, so it's like extreme.
It's probably called like Space Cadet or Space Commander or
yes,
something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we went the Space Commander route. And mind you, my mom is not somebody who's like fucking with a ride. Like, she entertains, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean. She'll more than entertain It's a Small World. Like,
Okay.
that's her shit.
Hold up. You were telling me this story, and I was like, oh, okay, so she's kind of a Debbie Downer. And you were like, mind you, she was approaching 50 at this point. 50 is not old. 50, you should still be going on rides. If you told me she had creaky bones and she was like approaching 80.
And what people might be confused about here is why that is sitting so tensely with Candace's spirit is because she too is approaching 50. But what you might not be able to see through these cameras, even if you wipe them off, is black don't crack.
But she got on that ride.
What?
She got
on Mission to Mars.
Okay.
And we took the extreme route.
Okay.
Because we're like, this must be child's play. Yeah. Like, this is just a virtual reality ride.
Okay.
Like, there is no track. That's what it is. Like, anything with a track, she's suspicious of.
Okay, she might have a bad neck.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, achy knees, and
like all that jolting.
In line to Mission to Mars. And we get in the ride, and we're in our little space vessel, and there are throw-up bags. And that's when we're like,
maybe we chose poorly.
Maybe we made a bad decision here. And that ride went off, and Michelle was like,
oh no.
Where's it gonna, Jeff?
Oh no. And then was she mad when you guys got off?
Oh yeah, she was done for after that.
She was like, I'm not riding a single fucking ride for the rest of this vacation.
No.
Fuck you, fuck Space Commander, fuck a Mission to Mars, fuck George Clooney, and fuck Sandy Bullock.
No, she would not say fuck Sandy Bullock. My mom's two loves growing up, Julia Roberts and Sandra Bullock.
Oh my God, aren't they the two white women that Quinta Brunson can't tell apart?
I totally understand that, haven't heard that, believe that to be true, because they are one and the same for me.
Same overall genre of woman.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say Julia Roberts, far more talented. She's the only person that, like, I would fangirl for, partly because of this, love that was thrust upon me early.
Your mom is...
I came out the womb and my mom was like, bro, we're watching Mystic Pizza tonight.
Oh, even like a classic. Like, that's amazing.
My mom was like, we're starting at the beginning.
Okay, good for her. Like, she's not uncultured swine. I mean,
No.
But I do...
We had Blockbuster memberships. Rest assured, we were at the Blockbuster.
You know, it's interesting because, like, I agree with you. Julia Roberts, like, on an acting tip, definitely, like, more talented. But they are kind of the same category of white women. Like, they've made romantic comedies. They both have amazing hair. They've worked with the best leading men.
They both have Oscars playing, like, white women in middle America.
Oh, yeah. But Sandy more problematic than Julia.
Oh, far more. Erin Brockovich, is that bitch. Well, wait, is she from California?
That's not middle America. But it's like Central California.
Central California. I'm from right outside of Philadelphia and Jersey. I'll always say that, right outside of Philadelphia from Jersey. Because if you go too south in Jersey, it is the country.
Yeah, it's interesting. Usually, like...
It's cranberry country.
They grow cranberries?
Yeah, you know those bogs, Nature's whatever, those commercials, and they're like, we are farmers, dun 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 dun. Maybe this is like, maybe I'm like bringing like 30 things together right now.
You are, because I'm pretty sure that's farmers insurance.
Yeah, forget it. But
I do know Ocean Spray.
That's what it is. If you see an Ocean Spray commercial and you see a man in a bog, he's in New Jersey.
Oh, interesting.
Or he's on a set. But if he wasn't on a set, he's in New Jersey, if it's on location.
I guess I've never thought about where cranberries are grown.
Mm-hmm. Cranberry bogs.
Yeah, but I guess I never thought about, like, where in the country.
The Garden State.
I would have thought it was...
The Garden State.
The South?
Mm-mm.
Interesting. No, I guess they grew cash crops. Okay. Anyway, so there's often this question, a would you rather question, and I already know what you're going to say because of...
Let a white boy surprise you.
You won't. Would you rather go into space or go in the ocean?
So easy. Go in the ocean. My dream was to always be a mermaid. And you know this? I got to live that out this past weekend. I turned 29, and this year I was trying to make it my mission to invest in hobbies. And I thought, why not scuba diving? I live in Los Angeles. I, generally speaking, am so frustrated with this city. I feel like it's just really hard to navigate socially.
Absolutely.
So I was like, what am I going to do for myself to like find some enjoyment? And I picked scuba diving. And then I show up for the first day. And my instructor, her name is Kendra. It's my birthday this day, mind you. Like, it is on Saturday. We're meeting at some pool in Inglewood at like 11 a.m. And she starts off introductions with, tell me your name. I don't give a fuck about your pronouns. No, I'm kidding. She didn't ask for those. Canceled. She was like, and tell me why you wanted to scuba dive. Everyone, which is kind of your would you rather question, says, I love the ocean. I love the ocean. The ocean's the most... Did you know that the ocean's more unexplored than space? And
which I'm like, how can we say that when space is infinite?
Girl, why did I talk to a talent agent this week who I told exactly this story about me going scuba diving? She was like, oh, I love the ocean. She goes, did you know that the... And I said, yes. But she goes, me and my partner, we watch documentaries, conspiracy theories about the ocean and how there's portals down there. So she said that, and you want to know, right now with everything going on in the world, I even scratched my head at that. I said, you know what? They say, do you know that the... And I was like, there could be a portal down there.
There's ocean truthers. I didn't know that.
What's an ocean truther?
What you just told me, that there's portals. This is along the lines of QAnon and the tunnels.
Okay, I don't want to go that far, but I'm just saying
this is like flat earthers and the great beyond. What are the portals leading to? I'm just saying this sounds like some conspiracy theory shit.
What is Mars leading to? And where people are pumping billions of dollars into a place
Mars
that
is real. Is she just mean like? Does she mean like caves?
No, she means portals.
Like time travel?
Like black holes? We know what black holes are.
Yeah,
if the ocean is more unexplored, who's to say? I'm not saying because it's so unexplored, I'm not here saying that the ocean has portals. No one has proof of that, but no one can disprove it either. Unless they can. I mean, maybe a quick @Grok would say something different.
Okay, so tell me about your scuba diving experience.
Okay, well, the last thing I just want to say to speed up this story is I told everyone that I wanted to do this because I always wanted to be a mermaid. And then my instructor was like, oh, do you have a tail? And I was like, girl.
Kendra is corny.
I was like, girl. She was serious. I was like, be so fucking for real right now. Like, I was trying to be like cute and gay and not be like, I'm here because I love the ocean. I was like, I always wanted to be a mermaid. And she's like, oh, like, did you know that in addition to scuba diving, we teach mermaid tail classes? And I'm like, I was like, I know my social battery isn't quite necessarily fulfilled, but like, it's not depleted enough to
do this shit.
To do that shit.
Yeah.
I might be white, but I'm spicy white. I'm not white enough for that shit.
Yeah, sometimes people say stuff that's so corny that I'm just like, I can't do this with you. Like, I can't do this. Like, and I'm not a cool person, and I don't tend to think I'm not too cool for school. Unlike our friend Hunter Harris, I like a bitch with a fun fact. I'm definitely not cool. But like sometimes people take it too far. Like,
what are you?
I was just trying to make a cute little joke.
You sound like someone faceless on Grindr right now who thought I was gonna be into furry play. Do I have a tail? Get out of here.
Let me see it.
Get out of here. Yeah, I have a tail right between my legs.
So how was the experience?
It was amazing. Like, the underwater is truly a different world. And like, I was swimming through kelp forests, and I saw the I'm probably gonna mess up the name, but the state fish of California. I didn't even know we had one. Now I can tell you it's a Garibaldi or something like that, and it's a bright orange fish. They're all over Catalina Island. That's where we did our dive.
Okay.
Had never been there.
Is it a Garibaldi?
A Garibaldi. And it was just like, oh, at first, and I will say I was really good at it. Like, there were people in my class who were struggling. Like, it's not just something you do, and
No, that's why you gotta get certified.
you have to get certified. And like, people are really uncomfortable with both the gear, it's extremely heavy, and figuring out how to maneuver underwater because you aren't using your hands to swim, you're only kicking your feet. And I think that like trips people up.
Yeah.
And then also you're breathing in air underwater and it's all coming from your mouth and you're not supposed to use your nose. And you know, all the things. I mean, it's like completely unnatural, and at the same time it's like the most connected I've ever been with the fucking planet. Like, I truly was like, oh, this is my, like, when people say touch grass, like, I really do believe like there is a version of touching grass for everyone where you're completely grounded. And like, I think surfing for people is touching grass. Like, I just think, but I also want to say that like, it's more than just like, I think like someone playing tennis on a court, like there's something unnatural about that, right? Like, or like, if the gym is your happy place, like that's cool and all, but like, there has to be something where you're connected to this planet. That to me is touching grass.
I mean, we were talking about this. My husband can get in a flow state. It's called a flow. Like, this is a technical term, a psychological term. Can get in a flow state by fishing. He's out in the middle, and especially in his kayak fishing. He's out in the middle of the water. You hear the wind, you hear the water. You're struggling with nature. Like, literally struggling with fish when you're catching fish, right?
Yeah.
And he doesn't keep the fish. He unhooks them and throws them back. But it's like this oneness with nature. And I think for a lot of people with fishing, there's also like in the back of your head, this survival thing where it's like, I could subsist. I could survive. If something went wrong, I could catch meat.
No, 1000%. Honestly, what scuba diving unlocked for me, I was like, oh, I want to go camping more. I know that they're not necessarily the same, but like, I was like, I'm just in nature right now. Like, I literally have the luxury to like pitch a tent for a weekend and cook for myself and just be in the elements and then like go back to my creature comforts. But like, even if I didn't have those creature comforts, like if you're by a body of water and you're with good people and you have all that you really need, which is a tent and like somewhere to like have shelter. Like, we were talking about, times are bleak. Like, people aren't getting their man.
Oh, the Maslow's hierarchy.
Maslow's hierarchy is looking pretty dire right now.
Yeah, because I mean, for people who don't know, like the Maslow's hierarchy is like, this scientist Maslow is like, here are the things that you need here on the bottom. It's like food. You have to have food. You have to have shelter. And then it moves up into things that like you need for your soul and your brain. So like, you know, affection or companionship or whatever. And then there's things that like you don't need, but you want, and it satisfies a lot of wants. But like, we're here in the United States, it feels really bleak. And a lot of our very basic things are feeling threatened, right? And so, yeah.
I'll tell you, I was threatened this past week. I mean, my birthday weekend, my needs weren't being met. I was looking for affection. I got to that tier. I had to pay $29.99 for Grindr Extra just to look a few more extra miles for some birthday dick.
Wait, you have to pay $30 to get further out of your zone?
Yes, and the zone, literally, Grindr, swear to God, any gay, this is a public service announcement. We have to rebel. They literally, in the last 6 months, have shortened all of our leashes to a point where you can't see any more than like, I don't know, 5 rows of 4 boxes, which like before you could just scroll, you could have specification. This is why it's a disease and this is why I need to get off. Actually, Grindr, you can have it. I'm done. I don't want any of it. I don't want any of it. I don't want to be stigmatized anymore. I am tired of being ran through.
No, listen. This seems like a crime, especially in a city the size of Los Angeles. Like this. Okay, listen. In Los Angeles, how you were saying it's really difficult to make social connections because one, you have to be in a fucking car, but two, you live in the same county as somebody, but fuck, if you live in fucking Long Beach and they live in fucking, I don't know, the Valley somewhere, North Hollywood, how y'all gonna get together?
Literally, you know, there are like TikToks of people being like, what are the parameters for dating in LA? And they're like, if they live in Santa Monica, they're like, if they live on the east side, we can't be together. You live in a different state. Did you know? Found this out recently. Los Angeles is as big, I think bigger than the state of Connecticut.
LA is huge.
LA is huge.
Los Angeles County, I don't know if it's the biggest county in the country. I think it's either first or it's second. It's the second biggest city in the country for sure after New York City. But unlike New York City, which is very concentrated, I was in New York a couple of weeks ago and I was actually thinking about this.
For Fashion Week, flex.
For Fashion Week. But because you lived in New York. If you live
for all of 60 days.
Okay, but you had proximity growing up to New York.
I know New York very well.
Okay. Is it the same like if you live in fucking Brooklyn and someone lives in the Bronx?
You're not dating.
You're not dating.
You're not dating.
Even though
my friend literally, like, she was going on a date with a guy. She lives in Midtown. She's in Manhattan. And this guy was like living in, I don't know, Long Island City. Maybe it would not even Long Island City. It would maybe Long Island.
Okay.
And she was like, I'm going to get my meal. We're going to go on this date.
But we can't make it work.
But we're not going to make it work.
That's crazy to me because New York has such good public transportation and whatever. Like,
I mean, I've walked in the snow in New York for dick, but like, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's
a lot.
This is how I know you're a man because I'm not walking nowhere for no
I
fucking
was walking
dick.
in the snow for dick, and then I was like, selfie, oh my God, it's snowing.
I'm about to get this dick. No, I'm not walking nowhere for no dick.
I was like, all I want for Christmas is you.
Yeah, LA is really, really hard. So Grindr has reduced its like circumference of like what's available.
Fuck
you have to pay extra.
Literally, Grindr extra.
Wow, Grindr XXX.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
So, yeah.
But you paid the $30.
I paid the $30. It's good until I think October 29th. So, boys, if I see you online, just know you might be outside of that circumference.
I'm literally going to play back. Like, we're going to play back where he was like, I'm done being ran through. But now he's like, boys, if you're out there, come get this.
Guys, I'm diseased. All I wanted for my birthday, literally all I wanted for my.
You can't be talking about being ran through and then saying I'm diseased.
And thank you for bringing this into the conversation. Thank you, Candace, because there was a man I reached out to on Grindr who I have had relations with in the past.
Oh, a repeat grind session,
which no one wants in this city.
Apparently not.
Apparently not. And I messaged him. You know, I've messaged him before. He said no. I'm shameless. I'm like, I'm still horny. I still liked whatever we had that one time. I'm cool to repeat it. For whatever reason, that is not how most people are thinking. And look, I get it because I have gone crazy for a man who's ghosted me on Grindr. So maybe people have bad experiences and they're like,
no more repeats.
No more repeats.
And there's enough ass out here that you don't have to repeat.
And I think that is most people's logic. But he goes, I thought you moved. And I was like, well, if we're like playing a game of 20 questions, like the answer to that is yes, I did. And now I'm back. So next one.
Are we fucking or not?
Literally. And then he goes, the last time we hooked up, shortly thereafter, I got an STD. And trying to be like, I gave it to him. I said, boy, if you went on Follow My Health right now, my results are in there since 2019. I go there like they're giving me money. I go there like they're giving me money. I'm like, take my blood. take my blood. I'm like, take this pee canister and spit it.
What is
I'm like,
what is Follow My Health?
it's just like this database of all of your STI and STD results.
Okay, and so like you go, you get tested, it gets uploaded
In there.
Okay.
You could go back until the end of time. I'm negative across the board. Besides that one time where some syphilis test had something weird pop up on it. And then I started texting boys immediately and was like, hey, I'm so sorry. And then literally I called them. They didn't call me. And they were like, oh, that was a mistake on us.
Okay, this is what I was about to say, though. Oh, boy's going to tell you last time we hooked up, I got an STD.
I said,
you didn't even call me? You didn't even let me know?
I didn't even think about that. So true. I hope you see this, whatever type of idiot you think you have me pegged for. I pity the fool.
Pity him.
I pity him. But what I really thought about immediately was like, you told on yourself.
You told on your fucking
like,
self.
and I'm not out here. I always, because I have to destigmatize STDs for myself all of the time to not live in the fear of the epidemic.
Right.
I'm like, everything's curable. Everything's curable. And the thing that isn't curable, you can live with. It's manageable. So that's my sex PSA. This is an educational podcast.
It is.
This is the Reading Rainbow.
It's so funny that we got on this topic because I was in the shower getting ready to talk to you today. And I was thinking about when I was out here, I was in my teens, like a living trife. And I was like, feeling like a little, it's interesting, like I felt like a little scratchy inside, like deep, like in my urethra, like where you pee from.
Oh, shit. I thought you were about to tell me you had crabs or it was your flow state.
Oh, no. And so like, it wasn't even like in the hole, it was like in the urethra. And I remember like going to the doctor, and I actually don't remember what I had. I think I had BV, like, what is it?
BV?
Bacterial vaginosis, which sometimes is just, it's caused by just like a bad mixture of your bacteria. It's not an STI, technically. It's a...
What do you get when you don't pee again?
A UTI?
A UTI.
Yeah. So I think I had BV or something, but what I was thinking about in the shower is I got prescribed a medication called Flagyl, which is just an antibiotic. And I remember talking to my mom about it and telling her that I got Flagyl, and she was like, oh, back in the 70s, they used to have Flagyl parties. And I was like, what the fuck is a Flagyl party? And she's like, they used to put like uppers in one bowl and then fucking antibiotics in another bowl.
Literally, Candace, that is gay culture today. Do you know what the latest craze is?
Poppers.
Always.
Oh.
But DoxyPep, which is the fact that people take daily both their PrEP, which is an HIV medication, and doxycycline because it wards off all of the, like most
Curable
of the other
things,
curable things
Yeah.
preventatively.
Okay,
Like,
so they were ahead of the curve in the 70s.
Literally, they were ahead of the curve. Like, people are doxypepping all of the time.
I had no idea.
And they always offer me doxycycline, which is so funny because when I was a kid, it's prescribed for your skin too. It's like
for acne.
it's a first route before someone gets on Accutane. And now that I microdose Accutane, I can't take doxycycline.
Okay, so this is why people who were fucking in the 70s and gay people today are really going to be the cause of the super bacteria.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Because
actually, don't put that on us because, like, Donald Trump is already out here trying to wrangle us up.
True. And honestly, people who are living in rural places and, like, not believing in medical science, honestly, they might be the cause. Because what I do know growing up in Texas is that people will give you antibiotics for any fucking thing. Like, I remember, like, when I became 15 years old and a doctor was like, why have doctors been giving you antibiotics for, I don't know, fucking pink eye? Most things are a virus. An antibiotic ain't doing shit for most of these things.
Yes, which is when I went on, because I've had strep throat so many times, I was on a call recently, like a telehealth doctor. I don't even know why I was on. I was like, I have strep throat. Like, I know I have strep throat. And she was like, girl, you don't know shit. She was like, you have COVID. And I was like, no, like my throat really hurt. She was like, no, like, trust me, I'm the professional. Like, I'm looking at your throat over FaceTime. Like, I'm telling you, like, you 100% have COVID. Like, it's not strep throat. She was like, if I give you antibiotics, like, it's not going to do anything for you. And in fact, it's going to be harmful. And
Exactly.
I was like, heard, whatever.
The super bacteria.
I'll trust you. But anyways, turned 29 and sadly, I think the worst part of this birthday experience was realizing that I missed, well, this was actually a few weeks earlier, but I've been grieving it. I missed the Forbes 30 under 30 deadline. I thought that next year, like, as they're taking applications while I'm 29, that would be acceptable. No. If you turn 30 in the calendar year, you're done for.
Well, you know I don't believe in any of these lists. Like, they're complete popularity contests. This is just a who's who of who you know and people, like, nominating and, like, it's just not, it's not real. It's not a real judge of your ability, how important you are, how important you will be. Like, it is a who's who of who you know.
Well, I became like a Nicki Minaj fan, like a Barb. Like I was ready to dox people. Like I was searching through the webs. I was like, let me find a Forbes email. Let me find a Forbes email. I need to send these people my application. Found a girl who was from Philadelphia, and she said something that, like, she loved the birds. I said, go birds. I said, EAGLES, Eagles.
And you sent her an email?
And she replied back and said, I'll get it to the right people. I said, yes, ma'am. I said, Philly forever.
So were you really late, or maybe you weren't late?
We'll never know. I mean, there is this small glimmer of hope that, like, they slip me into whatever system that these are all reviewed out of.
And what is, like, if you get on the list, what is that going to do for you? Mentally, physically, emotionally?
This is the year of my 10-year 10-year college reunion. Girl, I'm young. This is generational drama. I got many years off until that. I graduated high school in 2015, though. I'm learning that I haven't received an invite, but I saw somebody else from a class of 2015 get their, like, 10-year reunion invite, which I thought it would be, well, I guess it's 2025 now, but I thought it would be in this calendar year because I graduated in 2015.
Usually that's how it works.
But I haven't received an invite.
Oh.
But all to say I wouldn't be going. But if I did go and I was like, I know y'all might have forgot about little old me, little Mr. Best dressed in the yearbook. I know that I didn't get my senior portrait done, so you've been missing this face every time you open up that yearbook. But I'm back, and I have something to tell y'all. I've made it. I'm Forbes 30 under 30.
But you have made it.
Confetti comes down. I'm like having my Carrie moment. They're pouring pig's blood on me.
You don't need Forbes. You have made it.
No.
Like, one of the things that made me know that Forbes is just full of shit is their Forbes richest people list. So the Forbes richest people list is, like, notoriously fucking fraudulent. There are people who never make that list, whose names you don't know, who are richer than people's.
They said we're quiet luxury. They said, don't you want to know something? I'm so rich, I don't even want you to worry about it.
That's the thing.
I don't want you to put a dollar sign to whatever offshore accounts I have running right now.
Literally. So that's the thing. Like, there are people who they're rich, and you can fact check their richness, but they're like, don't put me on your fucking list. Don't come interview me. I'm good.
I'll tell you somebody who didn't want to be fact checked and are fraudulent. Speaking of 30 under 30, my friend who already knew this woe of mine messages me on Instagram yesterday. The headline, I wonder if you saw it. This is from The Guardian. So the title is 30 under 30 year sentences. Why so many of Forbes' young heroes face jail.
I already know some of them.
Okay.
Off the top of my head.
Okay, well, wait. So this is now this is the current day news. Charlie Javis was riding high. In 2019, the tech CEO landed a spot on Forbes' 30 Under 30 list for her work on a startup called Frank, which she described as, quote, Amazon for higher education. This girl has sass. Wait for this. You just rolled your eyes. This is what
I just don't even know what that means. Amazon for higher education.
This is what the journalist said. What does that catchy but completely empty phrase mean? Does that resonate with your spirit?
Yes.
It means Frank helped students navigate the financial aid process.
She was like, add to cart, bitch. Add me to cart.
Literally. Okay, fast forward. The meat and potatoes of this news. The woman has been charged with separate counts of conspiracy to commit wire and bank fraud. Anyways, come to find out, there are a whole host of people who have been attached on the list.
Elizabeth Holmes.
False, but close.
Oh.
She's guilty by association because she hosted the summit for 30 Under 30, but wasn't on the list.
Okay, what about
old boy from
with the hair? He's like the frizzy hair.
Oh, Sam.
Yes.
I don't know about him for sure.
What about Martin Shkreli?
Don't know. All I can tell you is there are other names. Elizabeth Holmes is guilty by association, but wasn't on the list. And then who was another person that I wanted to mention that like isn't on it but could have been? Oh, the man who did Fire Festival. Wasn't he young?
I don't know. Okay.
Also, Fire Festival 2 is like
so back.
So back. It's so back.
What was the guy's name? Sam? What was his name? Sam?
The frizzy-haired bitch?
Yes.
Sam Bankman-Friedman?
Yes. Was he on...
That's who you asked.
Yeah, was he on it?
Did you?
You said I don't know.
Did you have a brain fart?
You said I don't know.
I said his name.
Yes, you did, but you said I don't know.
I know. I don't think he was.
Okay.
I can't confirm anyone else's name besides Miss Charlie Javis, who is now landing herself in the slammer.
He was on the list in the year 2021.
Wow. And you want to know what I was thinking driving here? Taylor Swift came out with The Life of a Showgirl today.
I heard it got panned.
It's so garbage. Aww. One of the lyrics is, quote, "You are softer than a kitten, so you don't know the life of a showgirl."
That's giving I'm the Amazon of education, because what are you even saying?
That's giving Karma is a cat. Which that's when she lost me.
McCavity the mystery cat.
True. Don't bring cats into it. Shouldn't Taylor Swift be trying to distance herself from the cat's narrative? It ruined James Corden.
It didn't ruin her.
It didn't ruin her. But after this, I think we need to campaign that this woman can't utter the word cat. Taylor Swift is a woman who wrote, "I want to be my old self again, but I'm still trying to find it."
Okay, but that's a little bit deep, though.
That is some of her best writing.
That's a little bit deep.
You want to know when she was writing that?
What?
When she was 22.
Oh, so, this is not from the Showgirl.
No, this is her best lyric. This is from All Too Well. So I want to say for anyone who's going to come at me and be like, "You are vilifying Taylor Swift." I wrote for her for years.
You really did.
I wrote for her for years.
We got in a little tip over Taylor
I'm out
Swift
here being like, honestly, I think Fearless is probably a more iconic album than I Am Sasha Fierce. But what I will say is racism is well and alive today, and it was then. And Kanye was definitely maybe on to something on that stage, because how is Renaissance? Beyonce's only gotten better with age. I think
approaching 50.
I think Beyonce's only gotten better. Her material's only gotten better with age. The Beyonce album, to Lemonade, to Renaissance, to Cowboy Carter, which might not be for everyone, but she's doing something so different.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, her content is becoming so diverse, so complex. Like, she really works with great collaborators. I don't want to hear Taylor Swift does it all herself. Yeah, maybe that's the problem. Maybe she needs more people in the room telling her no. I think she's become so insular in her own ecosystem that, like, it honestly benefited her to be a part of, like, probably some label system where people were, like, reviewing her content versus in her own echo chamber, because post, like, Folklore, all we've ever gotten from her, which I can't even take into account Evermore because it's just all the tracks she didn't put onto Folklore, and then you guys bought into that shit, and now everyone wants albums from her that are, like, 40 tracks long, and she keeps putting out special editions because she doesn't know how to curate like a 12 track album. And now she gives it to us finally in the version of The Life of a Showgirl. She says, this is it. It's going to be a 40-minute album. There's going to be no other additional tracks, thank God. And it's shit. There's a track on it with dollars. The S's are replaced with dollar signs.
In 2025. In 2025.
This is like, I had to learn when I was tossing around the word ghetto in school, and that ain't right. That is not right.
Okay.
I might have replaced an S with the dollar sign back then.
Like Kesha, but guess who doesn't do that anymore? Kesha. You know what's interesting? I think that you really hit on something about when you were comparing her to Beyonce, and you were like, maybe she does need more people in the room. I do think that the reason why Beyonce has been able to grow is she collaborates with people from across a spectrum. But I also think that one of the things that Taylor Swift suffers from is I think the experiences that Taylor Swift has had, she's had over and over and over again, like dating the similar white guy over and over and over again, having the same, like, all heartbreaks are different. But I think that, like Beyonce, one thing that happens when you get older and you're in a relationship and you have kids and your friends have kids, and you're starting to see things from a different lens. Like, your 20s are truly different than your 40s for a reason. The experiences are way different. And I feel like Taylor Swift is hampered by having similar experiences over and over again. So now she'll get to sing about her wedding day. Maybe she'll be able to have the experience of having children and how that changes you. It completely changes your brain. Like,
yeah,
you can't understand putting someone first, and I'm not even talking about your spouse.
I agree. I think there's a level of maturity that, like, at this point in Taylor's career is, like, escaping her a little bit.
Yes.
And I think that is what's going to bring her to her next chapter.
Yes.
And she's been in an intermission period, I think, post-COVID, which her best some people, so many people flocked her way after Folklore because it was, like, really beautiful storytelling.
Was that during COVID? Okay.
Yeah, it was during COVID. It was seen as, like, this, like, album that was, like, revered by musicians.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't just, like, pop. It was folk. It was really complex.
What's a song I would know from that album?
Nothing.
Why?
Because it wasn't, that was a thing. It wasn't commercial. I don't think she cared about being commercial. And in some ways, that's what, like, garnered her, like, the most respect in her career to date. But then post that, she came out and she was more commercial than ever because she basically gained a whole new faction of fans. So people were obsessed with that album. The Eras Tour comes out. They're, like, reinvestigating her past, or maybe they don't even care about it. They love this album so much that, like, a greater leg of her Eras Tour was doing a lot of songs from Folklore, a lot of songs from this album Evermore. And they were mature. But then post that, she just, like, lost the plot. She lost the plot. And before this, we were also talking about, people who are like, no, this person does no wrong for me. Like, truly, I don't fangirl over anyone. I mean, previously announced on this podcast, Julia Roberts, but, like, I've never been someone who, like, every album hits it out of the park for me,
yeah,
or like I love everything that they do. Like, I'm very critical. Like, I come from a place of, like, you have to make me love it. Like, that's going to be the challenge. Like, on a panel of the original American Idol judges, I'm very Simon Cowell. You know, like, it's hard to impress me. So you're always trying to win that back. She lost it a long time ago. And she also lost it when we were talking about the TikToks of black women who, like, glaze up white men.
Don't say glaze up.
What does that mean?
No, glow up. Glaze up is something very different. Glazing somebody is like, glazing is this.
No, because people are like, why I say glaze is like, they're like, she put spice on him or whatever. Like, so like, you're glazing something.
The only glaze I know is like this. And glazing is like what all of like the Trumpers do to Trump. They glaze him.
You want to know what I'm going to do right now?
What?
I did not read White Fragility, but I'm going to adhere to your advice.
Please don't read White Fragility because of glazing versus glowing. No, the only glaze I know is like when you are building someone up, not in the glow up way, like building them up despite the fact that they don't deserve it. It is.
Well, I'll tell you something. She did not build this man up. She broke him down. She broke him down.
The before and after is tragic. I'm sorry.
My tongue used to hang out for Travis Kelce.
He used to have a banging haircut.
Ugh.
The wardrobe used to hit.
The diamonds.
The facial hair, like literally, this man was so hot. Now he looks like something out of the wilderness. It looks like folklore. You know what I mean? It's giving folk.
It's giving Bigfoot.
I don't like it.
It's giving Sasquatch.
It's giving Sasquatch, and I'm not here for it. It's not. No one's ever looked at Sasquatch and is like, I want to fuck Sasquatch. Like, ugh.
Also, there was a picture, and I'm sorry, but like he like pulled his shirt up, and like his back hair was like.
Oh, I saw that too.
It was coming at me like the kelp forest that I was swimming under.
Travis Kelp.
Yeah.